Good afternoon and welcome to Channable's webinar about text ads. My name is Michel. I work at Channable now around 4 years. My position is sales manager, and today hopefully I can give you some more information about Google AdWords text ads, about Bing text ads and the shopping campaigns within Channable, of course. So we offer a tool for dynamic text ads, but also of course for feed management. I'll get back to that in a moment. Before we start, I want to tell you that if you have any questions during the webinar, you could just ask them on the site within Webinar Geek. So please ask a question and my colleague will answer them. And well, before we begin, have a look at our beautiful office here in Utrecht. So you have an idea where I am at the moment, and let's get started. I assume that everybody is already known with our tool. But I'll quickly walk through all the projects step by step, and then I'll discuss the text ads. So what you see over here is an overview of all the projects, and I'll just take the e-commerce EN as an example. It's a web shop about kids fashion. Maybe some of you are already familiar with them because we use them for a lot of our presentations and webinars. If I open the project, then you'll directly get to the dashboard, and well, the dashboard just shows you how many items you've imported. So these could be, of course, products, but also vacancies, accommodations, tickets, whatever you sell or want to advertise with. Then you see the amount of channels, of course. In this case, I already connected with my Google Analytics, as you can see on the right. If you want more information about the basics of Channable, about the analytics, about the feed management, just have a look at our former webinar. For today, we'll just discuss the text ads and the shopping campaigns. After the dashboard, you can see the setup. So within the setup, we've imported the feed URL. And in this case, I won't show you the mapping and stuff, but just assume that you already understand what we're doing here. After importing the data, you get an item overview, of course. And after the item overview, you've got a couple of tabs, such as feeds. The feeds give you the possibility to set up a feed URL for the specific channel, and those channels differ per country, of course, because in every country you've got different comparison websites, affiliate networks, and so on. Then we've got the APIs. That's a direct connection to a seller account. Most of the times those are marketplaces, but you could also think of Google Shopping. So there's also an API connection with Google Shopping, enabling you to send your data more often a day. Then we get to the interesting part of today. Those are the text ads. As you can see over here, there's already set up an ad generator. What can you do with the text ads feature of Channable? You can create dynamic text ads, dynamic campaigns, dynamic ad groups, and keywords. So this will save you time, money, and resources, but of course everybody will say that. But in this case, it enables you to create long tail advertisements and make it dynamic. Since we import your data on a daily basis, we will optimize the data every day. So if there are new products, new prices, updated titles, new colors or whatever, we will push it towards AdWords. So you don't have to adjust your ads manually within AdWords, but you can just use Channable and it will be updated on a daily basis or even more often a day. So to take this example, I've set up an ad generator and I'll just go to the tab settings. Then over here, I've already created a connection with my AdWords account ID. I called it test. Just for your info, if you go back to the text ads overview and you click on add new dynamic ad generator, then you could click on a new connection, give it a name, let's say example, click on AdWords, and fill in your AdWords account ID. This won't directly connect your AdWords account to Channable because we have to invite you first, but more about that later on. So if the connection is created, you'll get an overview in here. So you can just select the connection you would like to use, and then you can get started. First of all, you take a unique ID per item, and this is for us to know on which level you would like to advertise. So just use, in this case, ID. Then at the bottom you have some options to use this ad generator active but send ads paused, or active but send campaigns paused. This is a possibility that we have at the moment, but yeah, at the moment we're also updating this feature. So there will be some other possibilities later on, but we'll update all our customers when it's finished. So for now, I've created this text ad generator, and I'll go to the rules. What we can do within the rules is just optimize our data. So we could exclude products or items or whatever you want to advertise with based on, let's say, stock or price. So if the price is empty or 0 or your stock is less than 1, then you want to exclude those ads. So you don't want to advertise on those since they're out of stock or they lack a price. So what happens if we update your data? So we import the data every day, like I said. Then we see that the price is empty or the stock is less than 1, then we automatically pause your ad within AdWords. Will the product be in stock again? Then we will activate your ad again. So that's the use of the rules. So there are a lot of possibilities within the rules, but again, just have a look at our YouTube channel, for example, to see what the possibilities of our rules are. It's too much to mention for right now. If I go to the build phase, then the first option is the campaign name settings. Over here you can select a new campaign, or you could choose an existing campaign. Then the campaign name can be set up just like you want. So in this case I named it campaign brand, but you could also say this is UK AdWords and I want it on a brand level. Those fields you use over here, those are the fields that are imported at the setup phase. Like I discussed earlier, those fields can be selected, and in this case I chose brand for an example. So for every brand within your feed or within your Magento or WooCommerce or whatever platform you're using or feed you're using, if you're using an XML, you can just select a field from your XML and use it within the campaign name. So in this case, for every brand, there will be generated a campaign. And the ad group name, it's exactly the same. So you can pick a level you want to create your ad groups on. And in this case, I've selected title to create ad groups on a product level. And we're talking about the web shop at the moment, since the example is kids fashion. So excuse me for using a lot of products and web shop. But again, this feature can be used by all kinds of advertisers. In this case, I've selected title, and the level of your ad group will also determine the level you can create your ads on, and on which level you want to create your keywords and negative keywords. And that's, well, I'll discuss that in just a sec. Because here at the bottom there are two more options. You could set up your default CPC. So we'll just send, for every ad group, we'll send a default CPC, and we'll send the daily budget default as well. Then the next step is the ad template. So over here, I already filled in the template, but if I click here at new ad template, then you'll see how you start from the beginning. So it's totally empty, and you'll recognize the fields. So we've got headline 1, headline 2, and so on. And I already filled them in at the top. So over here I've chose a title for headline 1. But again, yeah, you could choose whatever field you'd like to, and you can combine it with text as well, just static text, or you could add another field. And what happens with those fields, like title, if the title changes, then of course we'll see that because we import the data again and we see the title changed. Then we will pause the old ad in AdWords and we'll send a new one. But there's another option within Google AdWords, and that's the ad customizer, formerly known as parameters. And in this moment, I selected sale price as an ad customizer. So what happens with those ad customizers, at the moment that the sale price changes, we won't pause the ad within AdWords, but we will just update the ad. So that's the difference between these pink fields and the blue fields. As you can see, if you add a field, you could take a blue one, select a field from your database, or you could add an ad customizer, and that's the pink one. And then at the description line, I just added some static text: free shipping, order before 5, ship today. And path 1 and path 2 are filled for the display URL. I don't think you need to fill out path 2, but in this case, I've added brand and gender. And the final URL, I just used the field link, of course. Now it could be that, for example, the title is too long. So we've got some backup templates here at the right. So for example, we've got backup template 1, and I adjusted just the headline 2 just a little. So in case it's too long, but well, I don't think it will be too long because it just says now for just so many pounds. But for example, title could be too long. So I could say duplicate add template. Then I create another backup template, and I could adjust title to, let's say, I don't know, brand clothing. And maybe I want to use my title in that case within the description line. But yeah, maybe you already know I'm not an online marketeer, so I don't know what to fill out. I do know that this won't be a smart idea, I guess, but just for your information, that you could just make adjustments however you would like to, and the backup templates, well, they work as follows. So if this ad is declined by Google, then you will go to the backup template. So if the main template is not accepted, then you go to template 1. If this one isn't accepted, then you go to 2, and so on. So you could, of course, create a backup template in the end that's fully static, but then yeah, it might not be that interesting to advertise on. So maybe it's better to let Google just decline it instead of pushing a static advertisement. Like you already saw just now, there's a possibility to duplicate ad templates. So you don't have to start from the bottom, well, sorry, from the beginning. And in this case, you could also create different templates. So you could do some A/B testing, or maybe you want to send 3 ads and you want within Google just randomly picked to be advertising on, and you can just see what happens depending on what you want. So our tool is set up really flexible, like you saw with the campaigns and the ad groups. You can just create it just how you want it, and yeah, there are just a lot of possibilities. So it can be used in a lot of manners. So I'm just gonna delete this one, and yeah, what I wanted to show you before, there's also the duplicate ad template. So it just copies this one. You could also select the button over here, copy ad templates, and then you can copy an ad template from a different project. So those are the possibilities for copying. Then one last thing I wanted to show you over here, and that's the keyword insertion. Over here, it's possible to add keyword insertion to a specific field, and the default could be set up in here, default. So I assume everybody knows how to use keyword insertion. If you don't, just give us a call and we'll help you out, or just contact your marketing agency if you use a marketing agency, and they'll tell you how to do it. So we enable you to use a tool, and we built a tool on feedback. So we are no online marketeers, but you could always ask us how the tool works. So from here, you'll go to the keywords, and at the keywords, you'll already recognize them. You've got the different match types. So you've got modified broad, phrase, and exact. And again, you can combine static information, static text, by title, or you could say brand and your title. So you can make a lot of combination, and again, this is dynamic. So we will create the keywords automatically, and if you created a campaign on brand level and your ad group on a product level, we will make sure that all the information is put in AdWords within the right campaigns, with the right keywords, with the right text ads, and those will be updated on a daily basis or even every hour. If you select here the types, you could say, okay, on by title, I want to advertise modified broad and exact. You just click on them both. If you want to advertise on your title only exact, just put here exact, there you go. So these are the keywords, and of course you can still add some keywords manually within your AdWords. That doesn't matter. The same is for the negative keywords. A lot of the companies working with Channable, they already had like a blacklist of negative keywords within their AdWords account. So you could still just put all your negative keywords in AdWords. But if you want to dynamically add negative keywords, so let's say you have a specific campaign you would like to have your brand as a negative keyword, then you can do it like this. And again, you could pick exact, phrase, or broad. Then the next step is the targeting. Just a sec. So the targeting, you've got a campaign type. So you've got the search network only, display network only, or search network with display select. You've got the ad delivery, so should they be standard or accelerated. And we've got location targeting, so location of presence or area of interest or location of presence. And these are all default settings, so if you want to change them, that's no problem at all. But if we send new ads, new campaigns, new ad groups, because, well, for example, you're selling a new brand, then we'll set up a new campaign with new ad groups, with new ads, with new keywords, and this is like the default that we send. So if you would like to pick it within AdWords itself, you could just keep this empty, but it will save you a lot of time that you already have a base when you start with a new campaign. So the targeted countries, for example, you could just pick United Kingdom. You could also target several countries if you'd like. So yeah, again, it's a one-time push. So if you make adjustments in AdWords, we won't override it. It's the same for the default CPC and the daily budget. Then the last tab, it's the tracking. In here, you could add a tracking template. So if you're using a tracking template, you will know. You can find information in here, how you could set up this tracking template. And over here, you could add the tracking parameters. But if I'm correct, this is mainly used for people that are not using Google Analytics, but other tools to track. And then you could add the tracking template. If you don't want to use it, you just don't use it. Then we've got the preview. So over here, you'll see that our campaigns are based on brand level. And you could click through the tabs over here to see the preview on the different levels. So let's say I click on ad groups, I'll get all the ad groups. If I click on specifically campaign American Outfitters, I only get the ad groups within the campaign American Outfitters. And well, as you can see, those ad groups are now the product level, and I could select T-shirt Lion, and then I'll see the specific ad for this ad group. And as you can see, path 1 is too long at the moment, so yeah, you have to figure out to create a backup template or adjust path 1 a little within the rules, but this way you could optimize it and make sure that the error will go away. If I click these all away and I have the ads, then I can also sort on error. I could also search for specific ads, search for specific ad groups or campaigns to see how they're how they will be set up. Like you saw before, there was this is also a part of the preview. You can see American Outfitters Girls Dress Sunshine. Now for pounds and then a lot of weird stuff in there. That's because it's an ad customizer, so the value will be added within AdWords. It will be done automatically, but within the preview we cannot show you the price yet that should be put there, just so you know. So that's the preview of the AdWords. Then of course, if you would like to set up different ads for different, let's say, categories, because you're working on an ad template at this moment. So if I go back to the build part and the ad templates, this is of course already a pretty specific ad template. So let's say you're also selling other stuff where maybe you don't want to advertise with the title and headline one, then you could also create different ad generators. You go completely back to text ads, and then you can click on the blue button and just create another ad generator, set up a different ad with maybe different keywords, different type of keyword matches, match types of keywords. So there are a lot of possibilities. And like I said at the beginning, we're working on an update of our AdWords tool, so it will give even more possibilities. But I'll get back to that when it's finished, and we'll set up a new webinar and show you the new stuff. For now, this is the feature that we have. We already have it for, I don't know, maybe already 3 years. A lot of companies using it. I already mentioned a couple of benefits of using Channable, but I don't need to repeat those. What I do want to show you is this tab. So we of course discussed Google AdWords. We also offer the option to create Bing text ads. It's still under development, so we hope to test at the end of this month a beta version with a couple of our clients. But when it's finished, we'll definitely let everybody know that it's done. The only thing that is different from Google, if I go to the build phase from Bing, the campaign setup and the ad group setup will be just the same. The ad templates look the same as well. The only thing we don't have is the ad customizer. So it will be just ad field or ad keyword insertion. And we don't have the targeting yet. So this is the first version of the Bing text ads. And we'll let you know to when it's finished. So to make sure, just make sure that you're signed up to our newsletter to be updated on the status of the Bing text ads. Then I go back here. This is something I didn't show yet. There's also a button here with a lot of information about how to create an AdWords connection. So I shared a lot of information already with you guys. But if you want to easily read it, then just go to our help center and here's the information on how to deal with this. I also told you about the AdWords connection you had to make with your AdWords account ID. If you set up an ad generator like this, so you could already set up the text ad. The only thing you need to do before you want to go live is send us a message or give us a call and send us the AdWords account ID you would like to invite. So we have to invite your AdWords account ID to connect with our MCC, and this way the connection is finished, and then you can go live and you can send your campaigns, ad groups, text ads, all of it towards AdWords or Bing in the near future. So that's the text ads part. Then we've got shopping campaigns, and shopping campaigns is a bit different. Of course, we're talking about Google Shopping in this case. And what you could do is by using our tool to create a structure, and this structure of your shopping campaigns will be sent to AdWords, and within AdWords it will be connected to your merchant center on an ID level, and this way we exactly know which IDs belong to which campaigns and which ad groups. So it might sound a bit difficult, so if you want some more information about it, just contact us and we'll give you a specified demo. I'll just walk you through the setup. So over here I've got a shopping campaign, and I have an example called pants. At the settings part, I already made a connection with my AdWords account ID. I select that one again. I have to fill in my Google Merchant ID in here. Well, I just set it up as 0. I don't have a Google Merchant ID, so this is just a test. Then within the rules, you have to exclude all the products that are not, that don't belong to the campaign pants. So in this case, I've said if product category doesn't contain any of pants, trouser, jean, or shorts, then I would like to exclude those. So there will be a small percentage of the products will be put in this category, but you only want your pants to be put in this category since it's called category pants. Then you go to the build phase, and in the build phase you can give the campaign a name. Well, in this case I would put in there campaign pants or something like that, and your campaign country. I'll just click on cancel because it will give an error because my merchant ID won't be right. And over here you can select the level you would like to create your ad groups on. So they could be on, for example, on a product category level, or you could create them on even a product level. So let's say title. Then over here you could set up your default CPC. And in the next tab, you could create product group subdivisions or the dimension. And you could say, okay, I would like to create another dimension based on, let's say gender. I don't know, it just depends on every company. Everybody has an own way to set up their shopping campaigns. So again, just like the AdWords part, the text ads part, we create it as flexible as possible. And if you have any feedback, just let us know if you see stuff that could be optimized. But you can use it in the way you just want it, the way you want it. And there's of course the negative keywords. Like within the shopping campaigns you can only use negative keywords. And in the end, you'll get a preview and you'll see all the ad groups. So in this case, it won't show anything because it doesn't exist. But here you'll get an overview of all your campaigns, your ad groups, and your dimensions. And this shopping campaign feature is integrated within the package of the text ads that we offer. And this pricing can be found on our website, just channable.com/pricing. And there's the information about the pricing. That's it for now. If you have any questions about the AdWords or Bing or shopping campaigns, just let us know. You can contact us at support@channable.com, or you can just give us a call and just look up the specific number you could use. We've got offices everywhere, so you could call our Swedish number, our UK number, German number, French number, Spanish number. So we'll try to help you out. Thanks for now, and hopefully till the next time.